first of all, you can't sign a project without permission from the president. No A&R in the business, I don't care who they are, no A&R in the business can just say, okay, I'm signing this project. Every A&R guy has to turn to the president of the company and get that president's approval. Some A&R guys have more influence than others. You know, like me, everywhere I worked, whether it was with Chris or whether it was with Kevin or whether it was at Sony with Daniana, and you know, I had some influence. But at the end of the day, the final decision always relied on that president. You know, and I said you have some real, you know, prominent A&R guys up there like Mike Karen and God bless the dead Shakir Stewart when he was doing his thing. You know, we Sean Holiday, we all had, you know, our influences over the presidents, and they kind of like relied on us to do what we did. But at the end of the day, it was still up to the president of the company to determine whether or not you know, we were gonna, you know, sign a project or not. And so that's one of the biggest misconceptions of being an A&R guy. And then, you know, when you do sign a project and the project doesn't work, you don't really get you get all the blame for it not working. Like, your job is on the line, the president's looking at you like you didn't make the right records. Whatever happens, you're the fall guy for it. And then you know, when a project does work, honestly, the president gets more of you know, the look than the A&R guy does. He's like, oh, he's just the A&R guy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the manager ends up, you know, getting a lot of the credit. You know, the A&R guy is, you know, I mean, within the company, you know, it depends. You know, it depends on seriously. It depends on who the A&R person is too. Because when I was doing A&R, and I don't do A&R anymore. I do it, but now I'm a president. I have my own company. But when I did A&R, you know, I was always really, really close to my projects, whether it was LL Cool J or whether it was Foxy Brown or whoever it was. Like, I was always involved with, you know, those projects. So if a project took off, you know, I was involved, and I got the credit for it. Some A&R guys, you know, they don't really get the credit that they should have gotten for being a part of certain projects. So, you know, I was fortunate that way. Gotta have relationships. Gotta be a people person. Gotta be out there. You gotta be, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies. You gotta know everything that's moving in the street. You know, one A&R guy, I won't name any names, one A&R guy said to me one time, like, I don't really like to go out and, you know, see people and know, what? What do you mean you don't like to do that? Are you crazy? You gotta do that. You gotta go out and say, you know, what's up to everybody. If you don't, you know, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a hard time. That's one of the biggest characteristics of an A&R guy, is that you gotta know everything that's moving in the street. Me, myself, like, if someone walked into an A&R meeting, at any company I worked at, whether it was Violet, Def Jam, Sony, Universal, if somebody walked into the company and knew something about a project before me, I beat myself up about that. Like, because, you know, I open my doors. Like, you call me and, you know, I pick up the phone. I answer the phone. I'm not one of those guys who hide. I'm not difficult to get at. Granted, I stay busy, but, you know, if you call me 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm picking up the phone on my cell phone. Like, I'm just gonna do that. Like, I want to answer the phone. I'm not gonna, you know, I live, shit, eat, breathe music. So if you ring my phone, you send me an email, you hit me on my Facebook, you know, I'm gonna answer it. So I know what's moving. I gotta know what the new producer, who's the new hot producer. I gotta know who produced the Drake record. I gotta know why Drake is hot. I gotta know who's in his camp. I gotta know, yo, he's the new hot shit. I gotta know. That's what A&Rs gotta know. And you gotta also ask yourself why you didn't sign it, and why you didn't have an opportunity to sign it. If I had the opportunity to sign it and I passed on it, then hey, that's, you know, that's me. But, you know, I gotta know why. And, you know, that's very, very important for A&R, you know, the characteristics of A&R. hustle. Gotta hustle. Yo, for real, like the days of getting signed off your demo are pretty much gone. You know, I'll do it because I have the ability to still listen to music and say, yo, this is dope, and I can put it on. But you know, you got a lot. You know, me, my job isn't in jeopardy either, to an extent, like because I own the company. But you know, I'm not sitting around waiting for somebody to get some BDS spent. But most companies now, the way they sign it is research. Like, you know, you got to be out there creating the noise and making it happen if you want to get signed these days. Like nobody's listening to your demo. I shouldn't say nobody, but not too many companies is sitting around listening to your demo, waiting to give you a deal. Unfortunately, those days are gone, or almost gone. I don't want to sign records. You know, I'm not trying to find a new, you know, dance, the new, you know, down south dance that everybody's doing. Like, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do that. I'm into signing artists that's gonna give me, you know, 6, 7 albums. You know, Beenie Man's been doing it for a very long time, and it don't look like he's gonna quit anytime soon. So yeah, we're into the brand building business. We're not into the, you know, just have a record for a moment and just keep it moving. Like, we definitely into the brand building business.